There we go. Okay. Now we're going to try again because now I can see myself and I can see all my little squares on my screen and I know what's going on. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. Today, yeah, I still have a little bit of COVID hangover, but I hope that you are well. I hope you are not one of the whatever average of 30% of COVID cases that I'm in. Today we are going to talk about registration in popular styles. So this can be a little bit confusing. Oh wait, I have to put the title up. Title. Dee, there we go. Evidenced by when I posted this in one of the voice teacher forums, somebody very promptly corrected my use of the word register. Like, thank goodness for these helpful souls who fix our mistakes for us. In classical training, we are taught that what is preferable is to have a seamless voice from top to bottom. And in music theater, we are taught that we have to be able to belt. And more music theater singers are asked to belt really high, like rock singers. So what are the rules in popular styles, in this regular microphone singing? Like, what do we need to know in order to teach our people who our singer-songwriters, our people who want to sing in bands? And if we are teaching a student high chest mix, that can take time, as we all know. Depending on their age, depending on their willingness, depending on their aspirations, depending on just sort of what they came to you with, that can take time. So what do we do in the meantime when they're still learning? What do we do with the younger voices if we don't feel like we really want to take them into a high chest mix if they're too young? I mean, some people don't. It depends on who you talk to. Some people are very feel very strongly that you should not do that. Some people are like, yeah, it's fine, no big deal. As long as it's healthy, it's fine. So I'm not going to go there. That is thin ice on which I am not willing to walk. But these are questions that come up really for anybody who teaches singers who sing styles that are based in microphone technique or microphone-based genres. There we go. We know they don't want to sound like classical singers. We know they may want to sound like music theater singers if they're crossover, but they don't have to if they're a singer-songwriter and they're not interested. But what is the right aesthetic? What is healthy for our students? So I'm Meredith Colby, and I support... I'm Meredith Colby, unfortunately, today. And I support voice teachers, hi Alex, to create confident teaching and singing of microphone-based styles. I bring information to teachers through media platforms and classes to help them fill in the gaps in their learning so that they can effectively and lovingly help their students find their true voices, and by doing that, create a prosperous studio. I'm the author of Money Notes, How to Sing High, Loud, Healthy, and Forever, which introduces Neuro-Vocal method. And I'm saying it out loud so that I have to do it. I'm working on the second edition of this to correct all the mistakes in the first one. And whatever. Oh, introduces Neuro-Vocal method, which talks about how to teach. I can't think. I have COVID brain. How to teach healthy singing for microphone styles based on brain science. There we go. I did it. Now, if you hear something that resonates with you today, feel free to share a heart, share a like, now or on the replay. Replay counts too. If you're watching on YouTube, like my video. If you click on that little thumb, it really helps me a lot. It's a small thing for you. It's a big thing for me. So share the love, my friends. My freebie today is an article that goes with this broadcast, which is called Registration in Popular Styles. Catchy, right? Catchy title. If you want that link, put registration in the chat, and my bot will send you that link. The Neuro-Vocal bot will send you that link. Thank you for the thumbs and the hearts. I appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, find that link in the comments below. Now, I have to just take a second because I got to plug my class, you guys. My site is meredithcolby.com. where you can get more information about the next, thank you, Neuro-Vocal certification course. Here's the little thing for that. And that begins on March 3rd. So visit my site, get the info, and join us for the class. I have a couple of Neuro-Vocal teachers on the chat right now. So if you want to share the love, tell people what you got out of the class. If you got something good out of the class, if you feel, but if you really want to feel confident about your popular styles, teaching and singing, I gotcha, my friend. You will love this class. People love this class. I'm pretty sure the people who are on today loved this class. I loved having them in the class. Early bird pricing is in effect right now. Now is a good time to register. Now is a good time to register. Now, on to our subject at hand. We know the word popular means of the people. So, while stage singing, like opera, like music theater, has fairly prescribed norms for how it is supposed to sound, microphone singing does not. That is a general statement. I mean, if you're in a tribute band, then yes, you have to sound like the original singer. But like Chris Chasen, who is on today, she's a woman who does Elton John songs, and she makes them sound like her own. That's a thing. You can do that. You can do anything you want. But if you're in, you get to make your own rules, and everybody gets to do that. Everything we refer to as style in microphone music originated as a musical or a vocal response to a certain genre, or is the result of compensatory behavior. Compensatory is a fancy word. Oh, yay. Look at these guys. Chris says, I loved this class. And I loved having her in it. She's such a great singer. And Alex says, people, take this class. That's such an Alexy thing to say. It has directly helped my teaching. Students' parents are very impressed when I tell them I have a certification in Neuro-Vocal method teaching. Plus, it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. We try to make it fun. We try to have fun in that class. All right. So getting back. So this is compensatory behavior, right? The things we consider style are often compensatory behavior. I mean, for instance, let's talk about the vocal scoop. So the vocal scoop, that's just love sneaking up on you. Da, da, da. That thing. Oh my God. COVID has affected my voice in a very negative way. But that scoopy thing, which wasn't good, but you got the idea, is part of every genre of microphone music, including music theater. So did that come from the inabilities or insecurities of certain singers at a certain time? Maybe. We don't know. But it's not allowed in choral music, and it is not allowed in classical music, and it is absolutely required in popular styles. I mean, sometimes it's in choral music, but they actually write it in. So everybody does it together, right? So do keep in mind that as we talk about registers, keep that in mind as we talk about registers. Specifically, we're going to talk about head register today, because it is the head register or the CT dominant register that holds the key to dealing with register breaks and learning to blend. Now, some of the people that spoke today on the comments know that I feel this way, but I do not use the word belt pretty much ever, except to say that I don't use the word belt, because I think the word belt has too much baggage. I think any singer who uses that word has baggage attached to that word, and it can keep them from creating a healthy sound. So I use the descriptor chest voice blend or chest mix or just mixed voice, something like that, something that allows the student to step away from their preconceived notions about what that sound is and, more importantly, how to get it. So I think that's really important. Anyway, if your student is aiming to be able to sing like Beyonce or Justin Timberlake, like somebody who is extremely deft and facile, somebody who is able to express many different tones and textures anywhere in their range. If your student wants to be able to do that, then they're on track to learn to blend high. And in the meantime, before they've learned that, you can teach them the same thing that you could teach younger singers, by the way, and the same thing you can teach your band singers or your singer-songwriters. The magic is in the head register. So many singers are reluctant to use. I mean, any of you who have, all the indie teachers know this. You get singers who are very reluctant to access their head register or their falsetto. Oh, wait, we have a comment. It's Chris. Chris, plug in my class again. So I have to say it helps so many students with Neuro-Vocal method and continue to employ the tools. This includes a guy playing Dewey in School of Rock. Oh, cool. I can't use the word belt with him or he screams. Give him the honey exercise and he becomes a superstar. Superstar. Yes, there's that thing. That's the baggage thing. Thank you for the amen on that, Chris. I appreciate that. So all you indie teachers know you have singers who come to you who are very reluctant to access their head register. I'm just going to call it head register. If you use a different word for it, fine. I don't care. But it doesn't feel like them. They don't like to have that feeling or they don't like to hear themselves sounding that way. They identify with their chest register sound. It feels like their real voice to them. Their head register can sound really foreign and they're just not comfortable with it. So because it's something that we all have to deal with all the time, I'm going to have to assume that you have a way that you talk to your students about that head register thing. I'm assuming you have some tricks and some language that helps them access their head register. So I'm not going to spend time on that. But the thing that makes the switch from head register to chest register, this is the piece I want to give you, is that it's not so much the switch. And Chris has heard me say this. It's not so much the switch, but the placement of the switch. And if you're trained classically, you have an expectation that the head register is going to be this kind of rounded, sort of back up and over sort of feeling for your head voice. But even if you're a music theater singer, you may not have a way to minimize the sound of that register break, but you can use the concept of placement. There, I said it. You can use the concept of placement for your head register, feeling it sort of in the front of your face, and it will seem nasal to you. If you're not used to it, it will seem really nasal to you. But please don't worry about that because that is the sound. That is the sound of popular styles, you guys. It is. So, like instead of like, you know, I always use this in class because I think it's funny, but I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way. That thing. So if you have that, but instead, if you said, wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way. See, did you hear there was a little break in there, a teeny tiny little break, but because my placement was forward, you didn't perceive it as such a big thing. So in a pop tune, that might sound like, I noted the Ocean Eyes, the one that that all your teen students have been singing the last couple of years. But she goes, you really know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes. Ocean eyes. She does that very breathy high head register thingy. So you can hear that I'm switching registers, but in this genre, that's not weird. It's a cohesive sound. So learning to keep the head register forward like that will not only provide the vocal camouflage that they use when they're learning to blend high, it will teach them to anticipate the pop sound that they're going to get later when they blend high and give them access to different vocal textures. Because oh wait, I have a thing for that. There we go. For many artists, head register is a source of vocal texture, which is something I just did when I was not imitating Billie Eilish. Oh, you guys. Okay, I'm really doing my best, honest to God. Okay, so head register is a source of vocal texture. They actually intentionally insert vocal breaks because that's a texture. They create that incomplete adduction like I just did in order to have that inefficient breathing sound. Breathing sound? Inefficient, comma, breathy sound. Microphones like that sound a lot. A lot of pop singers use that sound because it sounds really cool on microphones. When you are talking about registers in popular style, you're talking about range, you're talking about volumes, and you're talking about textures. So, does your student have the range they need for their artistic expression? If they need to bring that chest register high, then that's what you're working on. Can your student be as loud or soft as they want to throughout their range? Can they sing? If you got a belty singer, can she sing quietly when she's low in her range? That's a head register thing. If your student sings in a metal band, that student probably doesn't care about singing softly. But if they are a country singer, they care a lot. And does your student feel free to access the textures of their register? Were they told somewhere along the line that that was a bad thing? Yeah, we want them to be able to do that. Does their style make them want to be edgy and dark or whispery or whistly? I mean, do they like to use register breaks? Or if they love Billie Eilish, they like register breaks. If they like Sarah Bareilles, they like register breaks. There are other singers who do that too. So those things are not allowed in classical singing 99% of the time, but they are a lot of the fun of teaching popular styles and contemporary music theater. So, last thing, got to tell you, in a couple weeks, I'm going to do a masterclass for how to get a healthy CCM pop sound or pop sound for popular styles. And I hope you can be with me for that, because that's going to be a little bit longer, a little more in depth. It's going to come with freebies and extras and downloads and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you'll be there. In the meantime, feel free to visit my website, Meredith Colby, for information, all kinds of blogs and videos and all kinds of good free stuff for you to help you be a happy, confident, whatever. Fill in whatever holes you feel you need shoveled in there, you know? Thanks for being with me today or on the replay. Thank you for being patient with my foggy COVID brain. And if you want to reach out to me personally, please feel free. On my website, you can reach out to me personally. Stay well, stay safe, be nice to yourself, and I will see you next week. Bye.